Well, hello there, everyone, and how are you guys? I hope doing fabulous. Yes. Well, before we get into this entertaining video, I would just like to remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And what would you like to say with that, Lady Crone?
Baby Crone said it all.
Yes.
Subscribe, like us, and please leave a comment.
Yes. Sunflowers. Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I am here to do a reading on Rosé. Yes, she just recently released her studio debut album, Rosie. It was definitely a good album. I listened to it to and from school today. It was definitely good. I listened to every song off the album. Definitely walked away feeling like I could listen to that album again. I do have some favorites off of that song, off of the album, but honestly, I will listen to all of them again, honestly. The song that really got me, well, I wouldn't say got me, but definitely solidified I need to do a reading on Rosé was her song Stay a Little Longer. Because at first, Toxic to the End, I'm just like, oh, she's singing about an ex-lover that the cards definitely picked up on that she was secretly seeing. And that could be why she was secretly losing some weight and secretly struggling during the Blackpink tour before they went on hiatus back in like 2019, 2020. Y'all remember that? And it seemed like it even got worse even to 2024, 4 years later. It just looked like it just progressively went downhill. And it was looking pretty bleak. But Rosé is looking like she's plumping up a little bit. I saw her Puma commercials that she put on at the very beginning and end of every song that she had on her YouTube album. If that was filmed recently, she definitely looked like she put on some weight. Congratulations to Rosé for that. I will always love that, and I always want that. A healthy human individual out there, male, female, regardless of age, just to be healthy. I am proud for you, especially when you overcome a health challenge. I'm not sure if that's just because she's been doing a lot of videos about her eating, but yeah. At first, I wasn't finding it convincing. I was just like, oh, she's just posing like she eats so that way people can't get off her back, right? But no, I enjoyed watching her eat hot wings, enjoyed her making her favorite dish. She definitely does drink a lot. She even has another song on her album saying we could buy drinks or buy coffee. This girl really loves to drink, and I'm not sure if it's because of this heartbreak that's got her drinking so much, but Rosé definitely likes to let loose a little, let loose and just unwind. I'm not sure if she lets loose like that. I don't think she does, because she doesn't carry herself that way, and neither does any of her love songs sound like that. It actually just sounds like, I was so innocently, foolishly in love. How did I not see? I was blinded by love. Aren't we all when we're first in love? It's like a whirlwind. And she came out this like, I know me and my worth and my value. You can't play these games on me, Game Boy. Okay, Rosé. Keeping it PG. I love it. I know what she meant by Game Boy. Especially when Rosé was talking about how she misses waking up to him in the bed. I was just like, oh, Rosé got it bad or had it bad. We've all been there. So the only negative about Rosé's album is that it's completely a heartbreak album. That's not going to vie for single women like us out here. Why would I want to reminisce on like an old relationship and think about all those times and the heartbreaks and the memories? Thank you, Rosé. I'm glad you're having that moment, but I moved on from that moment and I don't want to go back to that moment, but I definitely love the album. And if I ever want to be like in my sad girl hours, because I just want to put myself in sad girl hours, just to put myself in sad girl hours, I will listen to Rosé's Rosie. I guess it's all rosy or rosy and red over in her castle. I'm not sure. But for that, I'm going to pick a card on Rosé. And we're going to check in on her energy, her health, her career. She's out there promoting. Is she over this guy? It sounds like she is, but I'm not sure because she said this love never dies. That seems to be the new thing in the K-pop industry. So with that, I will say News with Tarot will never die. if that's the approach that we're taking, yeah, we'll never die. Yeah, for real. I like that. So because of that, I'm not sure if she has gotten over that, if this album has helped her release that energy and she can now, or if this song was maybe healing for her and she found some healing through writing and processing these emotions and singing them out loud. Who knows? But the cards will know. So that's what we're here to find out. Just meet me at the I swear the radio will make you like a song. That is the most awkwardest hook ever. So much so that I could even say ever, right? Because I was just thinking of apatı. Also, briefly, I saw a joke of somebody singing that song. I mean, Rosé made it work because I never knew how you was going to spell APT. That shows you the extent of how much I spelled apartment. I spelled it APT. And she's just like, it's APT. I'm like, okay. And this meme, this guy instead did a song where instead of saying APT, he sung apartment. So meet me at the apartment. That's literally what she's doing. Like, that's literally how I interpret it. I was like, meet you at the apartment. Okay. What are we going to do in this apartment, Rosé? All right, play a drinking game. So, yeah. Cards everywhere. Oh my. Oh, my-zy. Okay. We just going to shuffle this one like that and get all the cards. All right, and let's see what's going on with Rosé. Huh. Oh my. It's almost like the cards that I briefly saw just showed right back up. And y'all just saw I did shuffle that. I'll save the bottom for last if we need a bottom. So what I see right here going on with Rosé is weirdly enough not positive, at least on the very look of it. And that's kind of questionable, especially when I'm checking in on her love life, health life, just life. What I first see going on with Rosé is the mountain in her mind. So maybe she has mentally blocked out this love relationship, or maybe I can't say she's reached a creative block because the album just debuted today. So I don't, or December 6th, because I'm not sure when this video is going to go out. But because of that, I can't say she's having a creative block when it comes to the song, or just a block creatively in promoting herself, because I'm sure she has so many things lined up to do this promotion. I even saw the Blackpink girls give her some promotion, give her some support. I'm not sure if Jisoo did or if Jisoo's late to the party because Jisoo's out there doing Jisoo, but definitely Rosé posted on her YouTube, not her YouTube, but on her Instagram, people that gave her some shout outs, and she showed off Jennie and Lisa. I'm sure Jisoo will, because Jisoo was there for the other girls too. You just got to give them time. But there's just some block right now going on with Rosé. and this block could be over the fact that she still is getting over a heartbreak, and even though she's released this music, she might not feel fully moved on from this situation. Love ship, like I said, she even said it in her song. This I want this. She's like, I want to move on, but this love just doesn't freaking die. That's basically how she's feeling. She's like, if I could get rid of this emotion, I would, but I just can't. So that's the energy Rose is feeling. She's like, I just want to run, smash her head up against the wall, anything, forget you, curse you, go back in time, anything. She's like, I could just undo us. I will undo us. Even though we had really great memories, and I love those memories, and I think back on those memories, I got to get out of those memories because they're only going to hold me back. And maybe that's how she feels, because she could be feeling, because like I said, her music did that to me. And I'm like, I don't want to reminisce on an old relationship that I had and how I was feeling like that when I went through that. I mean, maybe not to that extent, but like I had a touch of that. I'm like, Rose, I don't want to go back to that. And now that that music is out and she's listening to it, it's going to put her back in that state of mind, because music is all about vibrations. And like I said, I was ready to shed a tear for Rose. So I know Rose is probably going to be listening to this music, having her sad girl hours, listening to her song, listening to her album, if she hasn't already. Come on, she's probably been listening to that behind scenes. But all that to be said, that's how she's currently feeling in this moment about this album and about her current life and her current love life. Definitely the mountain symbolizes her love life non-existent right now. Too despair, too heartbroken, still trying to get over this. Even Ginny said it in her statement. She's like, this album was so heartwarming. It really was. It definitely was. Like, Rose really dug deep in those feelings. And I'm like, if I ever doubted any K-pop artist, even when they come over to the music industry, about doubting them writing their lyrics, I know for a fact Rose wrote those lyrics. If not, whoever was her lyricist, I felt those lyrics. So with that being said, that's why I really love this album, and I hope Rose really gets good promotion with this album, because who can't relate to heartbreak? Somebody's going to heartbreak somewhere, and people just love to listen to heartbreak music. I get it, but I don't get it. So because of that, I mean, sometimes I get it if it's going to make you feel empowered and make you feel like, yeah, I did like I mean, yeah, she did kind of come off that thing of like, I did the right thing. I'm looking out for myself. I'm moving on, growing, forgetting you, seeing you, those red flags, taking off those rose colored glasses. I am. That's how she's coming off too. But she still has that soft girl energy to it of, but I still love you. I still think about you, but I got to resist that. If you come back to me, I would take you back, but I got to be strong. That's what Rosé's going through. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with going through those emotions. I don't want to go through those emotions. So I'm not going to listen to her album like that as much as I would really love to, because it's just beautiful music. But I just personally can't put my own feelings aside and how she makes me feel, because those lyrics are just a tad bit real. So because of that, it's not like something I could just like listen to and just like shake it off. Ooh, 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 no. I'm gonna start thinking about it. I'll be like, dang, Rose, why? But that's a good hint of a good song, but also a good album when you're able to get the feels involved. And when you get the feels involved, you get I won't say the sympathy, but you get everything that comes with feelings being involved. So because of that, I see in the past, Rose mentally has had a change. And this could be why now in the present, she is having a mental block, because in the past, she's changed how she's thought about this situation, how she's thought about her life. I think she even said it, or even her one song, On the Ground. She's like, I'm so busy looking up. I forgot everything I have is right here on the ground. I'm so busy in la la land looking up at love and just in my head, like, ooh la la. Everything, I'm missing life. She's like, life has bygone past me because I am in this cloud nine of my own universe world that had to get popped and I had to be brought back to reality instead of gracefully falling down onto the earth. No, she was just like, God, really? This is the awakening I had? And she had the Blackpink girls around with her. Don't get me wrong. Those girls were definitely supporting her, probably on that tour as well. I've even mentioned it before that Lisa even noticed Rosé's weight by just feeling at her wrist and measuring it. That was a clear sign that Lisa's just like, hold up, Rosé, you a little bit more thinner than I last saw you. So because of that, I'm pretty sure if Lisa was that true best friend, she was really like, okay, Rosé, tell me what's going on. What are you okay? So because of that, she had those girls and that support team around her. And yes, this was a 4 or 5 year heartbreak that she went through or up and down relationship. Who knows when it really truly ended? I'm not sure. But what I am sure is whoever she was with messed her up physically, mentally, and emotionally. Just took our poor Rosé. And Rosé is just like, I had to find myself, guys, again, and I am back. This is the redemption arc that I look for. In love relationships, honestly, is when people are able to get out of toxic relationships and realize their worth and who they are. Especially, come on, Rosé, maybe he was just using you for your money, you don't know, but hey, they, especially when you're not experienced like that, because the K-pop industry likes to coddle you, you really do get sucked up innocently. And maybe this happened when all the girls were busy dating their things, or maybe she saw the other girls go through it before she went through it, or maybe she was the first one to go through it before the other girls went through it. But whatever it is, whether something has changed, and whatever has changed mentally within her in the past, even though she has written music as a form of expression, pulling a Willow Smith, basically. Even though she is venting through music, she's just like, guys, don't get this misconstrued. I have changed, and even though I'm singing about how I felt, how about my feelings, that's how I felt in the past. It's not how I feel now and today. I've grown from that. I was healing in those sessions. I was all in my thoughts in that time, all in my mind, all in my brain. I had to get out of me and use music as an outlet. I had to go on a journey, a dark night of the soul, a spiritual search, a search for who the heck is Rosé. Like they say, where the heck is Rosé? And Rosé's like, I'm down here on the ground. And I became this kind of K-pop artist. Okay. I love K-pop memes, but that's basically how Rosé is feeling and coming off. And even though she was going through this tumultuous, very much, because I'm sure you guys seen it, even though there was some Delulu fans out there that were just like, oh my God, Rosé, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, Rosé, you're not skinny at all. What? No, okay, you guys saw it too. Y'all just didn't want to mention it. Other people are just like, Rosé's always been skinny. What you talking about? Yeah, okay. There's skinny, and then there's just sticks. But I get it. She wants to come into the music industry, especially here in America. We definitely gonna make sure you look like a twig over here, okay? Like you're malnourished, like you are begging and starving for food. America will make you look like that, okay? I'm not gonna front. And if she's getting up there in those high echelons, she was already a blonde. So she already had her foot in the door with the blonde. Jenny had to put on a wig. Lisa, doesn't even fit in this category. Lisa's just Lisa, okay? So Rose is, she could, like, I even said it in my K-pop news recap, if you haven't seen it, checked it out, that her song Toxic Till the End was so generic Taylor Swift pop that I'm like, they are really trying to market her and make her the it girl. Not saying that like any of the other girls didn't get that or their music wasn't like that, but like whoever the team is behind Rose, unless this is just the style of music Rose likes, I'm not quite sure about that one yet. I always put a question mark on how much creative input these idols do have, even in the American industry. But it definitely does show that these three girls, Rose, Jenny, and Lisa, all have three different styles of music and flair. So because of that, there's definitely some input that these girls are putting on towards what kind of sound they want to have. The question is just how much more creative freedom do they have than they do in the K-pop industry. But with this one, I definitely feel like maybe not the soundtrack, maybe as much, but it's the sound has been so consistent across her releases that I just think this is just who Rose is and the kind of music that Rose likes. She likes that lovey-dovey gushy stuff. I ain't hating on it. I'm not gonna like dig on it. There's a niche, there's something out there for everyone. So because of that, if that's what makes Rose happy, that makes Rose happy. It's not my cup of tea, but there are some things that it's pop. It's supposed to be general pop that is popular, that 80% of the people are into, and what's trendy. That pop is trendy music. And yes, for that, there are some trendy music I'm just gonna like because it's trendy. But then there's just some trends that are just not my cup of trend. So whatever trend Rose is in, I'm not a fan, 100% fan of that kind of trend. But Rose makes it work. And her lyrics connected me. And if I can't connect with you on a instrumental level, then you're going to have to get me with your lyrics. And that's definitely what Rose has done. But all that to be said, that's what Rose was going on a path. She was on a journey. She was going on embarking. She is just living her life basically. Well, actually, I switched that up because I say that for Ginny and Lisa. Rose is trying to cope in her life. And because of that, it's a new day. Every day is a brand new day, a brand new situation, something more that she can accomplish next. Another day to say that she's alive and breathing. Another day to say that she is healthy. Another day to say that this heartache didn't kill me. Another day to say that I still came out of this relationship and I know who I am. So I'm just another day closer to knowing who I am, Rose says. So because of that, that's what she was going through in the past. And yes, she just happened to write a song to go with that and how she was feeling, because that's just her mindset and what was going in on her thoughts. She wrote about how she was feeling, but she still says, don't get that mixed up. That was the past and how I was feeling. I may still have some residual feelings of that. I may still feel like that. But like when I wrote that, I was like at a 70. Now I'm at like a 40. Like that's how Rose is feeling. When it was happening and when she was losing some weight, she was probably at that 100. So because of that, she's like, I'm toning it down. I'm finally able to speak. I'm finally able to come forward. I'm finally able to get some life back up in me, basically. So because of that, now she is much more wiser and has matured more in her thoughts and her thinking. I think she even said it before that she was innocent or naive, and that now that she's hip to the game and she understands. She was like, I was once blind, but baby Game Boy, I ain't blind no more. So that's how she's feeling. She's like, I've found myself out of this. You've taught me who I am, who I can be, all my potential, all my worth you didn't want to find worthy. And there were people telling me that I was worthy, that I finally saw my worth, saw my talent, saw what I had the potential to be out there. The Blinks love me. I'm a hot commodity, basically. Why am I sitting around, lounging around like a couch potato sad over somebody that didn't really love me like that? So that's what Rose was going through, and she's moved on from that. And she said it in her video, in her music. She's like, never again will I be like that. Thank you. She's like, you've definitely taught me well. I've definitely taught myself. I'm proud of myself. Pat myself on my back. Rose is roséing, and she's just like, thank you, skater boy. Bye-bye. You can skate on out. He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? Yeah. She gives me like Agar Lavigne with apathy, but anyway. That kind of pop I could get into, but that's like alternative pop. But I mean, I like me some Agar Lavigne. Come on now. But at the very bottom, we see some dice. Now, I'm not sure if this dice means the fact that now that she has came out of this situation, if she's going to be so quick or so eager to jump into a relationship, if she's going to be so quick and eager and to give full of herself to somebody that she thinks she loves, is she going to make them work and prove to them that they love her? Like, what she's taking this chance. Is she going to take a chance again on love? Yes. Is she going to take a chance on love like the way she did? I don't think so. I think she definitely learned her lesson from that. But she definitely still wants love. She's like, just because that was a sour experience does not mean Rose does not want love. Rose wants love. That's what she says. And so because of that, like I said in all these girls' readings, lovesick girls, ironically, weirdly enough, became a prophecy. Because they are kind of lovesick girls, or at least Rose kind of gives off lovesick girls. And Ginny, but Rose does give off, some, true romantic, just in love with love. It's beautiful, honestly. There's something so beautiful in that. I love it. But I just wish life really did work out like that, like in fairy tales. And maybe that's what Rose realized wasn't going to be. Maybe she had this fairy tale idea of what love was going to be. And because of that, maybe she saw it from like TV, things that maybe I don't know exactly what Rose was expecting or thinking out of love. I could pull a card to figure out what did Rose want to know? It will be this bottom card. Okay, we'll put this there anyway. Okay, both cards will be it because I want to, wow, weirdly enough, I guess it didn't matter. So the top card to represent how does Rose feel about love? Oh, a gift is something special, something that when you give out your love, it really comes from the heart. So therefore, you really want to give your love to somebody special. And therefore, if she does take chance again on love, she is going to be careful not to give too much of herself because she doesn't want to have despair. She's on this journey. She's just like, I'm not going to allow this to be like a trauma experience for me. I've navigated myself. I found myself. I have a support group. I have people I can talk to. I might be emotionally and mentally shut down on this idea at this moment, but that does not mean love has died within Rose. So therefore, what else do we see? Oh, the theft. All I got is that exactly how Rose felt. I think she even called him a thief. I am not gonna lie. I would have to listen to her album again, but I definitely think she or said that he stole something. But whatever it was, whoever this person is, and that she definitely had a huge awakening up to real life. She definitely came to this person with everything, with her gold, her riches. She's like, just accept me. And he's just like, yeah, I'll accept you and everything you come with. You this perfectly packaged gift. Thank you. And then like Rose was just like, hold up, you're taking advantage of my gift. This is not what my gift was meant to be used for. This is not why I gave you my gift. And they were just like, it's a gift. You gave it to me. I can do whatever I want with it. And then Rose was just like, I didn't sign up for these terms and conditions. This is not what I wanted out of this relationship. And maybe went through a back and forth, on again, off again relationship. We've all been there, right? In those relationships, you should definitely leave alone. But hey, you got to come out of that cycle, out of that period, and find that realization that there was a reason for the breakup, the first and the second, and maybe even the third time. And because of that, if it definitely hasn't changed then, or if it's different problems each time, that's just too many problems. It becomes to the point where, are you spending too much money fixing something, like where it's become more valuable than what it's worth? Just buy a new device, basically, is where it comes down to when you keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in a relationship. So because of that, I please tell me your guys' love relationships. Was your first relationship an on again, off again relationship? I feel like that is like the hazing, or like the initiation to say that you've dated, to go through an on again, off again relationship, to know the tugging and the pulling, the, oh, I love you, but I don't love you. Seeing the qualities you love in that person, but also seeing the qualities you don't love in that person. It's just, it's a whole mismatch. Rose was all tied up in that. And like I said, and will continue to say, I don't want to live back in those feelings. I get it, Rose. I understand completely how you feel. I am so sorry that you went through that heavy like that as much as you did, but she definitely had a support team, thank God, around her for that. People that loved her. She was on tour, so she definitely had to work. And maybe that's what got in the way of the relationship, or that was able to be something that she could use as a distraction to keep her from thinking about this, because she's surrounded by all this love of the girls and the fans. And I know you can still do all of that and still feel lonely when you're surrounded by millions performing music that you've performed like 70,000 times. It starts losing its lackluster. You start feeling like a machine, a cog, just copy paste. Yeah. Boomba, yeah. It's just like, what are we doing here? Like, it becomes monotonous. It's like, this is what my life has come down to, being a puppet and a broken heart, and I can't even be myself. That's like Rose's feeling. She's just like, who is Rose outside of K-pop and outside of love? Who the heck is Rose? Rose had to find that. And once Rose found that, she's able to move forward as a new and improved and pretty girl mantra. Okay, she did that. Okay. She's like, now I'm the rock star. Everywhere I go is my city. Okay. That's the energy Rose is coming with. Not in that sense, of course, but that mentality of, I am the boss. I am the main character. I rule my life. Nobody gets to rule me and my emotions and my mentality. Nobody ever gets to have that much control over me again. That's how Rose is feeling. And when she shakes these feelings off, these residue feelings that she still has to think about while performing this music as well, she's just like, this is going to be my healing. This is going to be my sealing stamp of, I'm moving on from this. I have done the pop artist move of date, break up, write a love song. Rose has done it all. She can migrate right into the American industry. She is perfectly set up for that. Literally, it's a great trainway to segue into this. So because of that, that's what's going for Rose. Let's just pick a card, because I really did focus on her mental and her love life. But let's just really see how her career is going to do, and if this album is going to do good, going to sell, I'm not sure if she was able to release this album in enough time for award season to be nominated. But if not, we'll see if she can get nominated in 2025 around this time of year again. So let's see another card to pick on Rose. How is Rose feeling? How is Rose's album Rosie gonna do? How's her album going to succeed? A mature woman, just like I said. With the change in the block card and the thoughts in the dice, and basically summed up this reading. Rose came out as a mature person, and this album is her packaged Rose 4.0. That's how much she evolved. She didn't become Rosie to Rosie 2.0. No, she became Rosie 4.0. She's like, I'm upgraded. She said, I upgraded. And now she's just like, and this is what I've upgraded to. This is what I leveled up to. Okay. How many K-pop references can I drop? Okay. And then the dog symbolizes what does she call her fans? Roses? I'm not sure what Rose's group is called, or her fandom, but they are her number ones. Is that what she calls them? Oh, so perfect. Her song Number One Girl is literally the stamp of approval. And she has, like I said, she had a supportive group. Blinks, of course, but the Blackpink girls who really knew what was going on behind scenes, behind closed doors, and behind the persona of Rose and behind the persona of Blackpink. Rose had a support group, and this album just symbolizes the fact that, yes, she is now matured. She's definitely overcame some things. The Rose that, like she said, the old Rose is dead. So basically, she's like, I'm new and improved. Whoever you thought I was or who I was, I'm no longer. I'm writing this music to symbolize. And her fans are eating it up. Her fans are going to love it. It's so heartwarming and touching. How can you not like the album? How could you not enjoy Rose being sentimental, authentic, and finally, because I see you blinks, y'all working hard. You're really trying to figure out, was she dating a skater boy? Because the guy that was dancing not dancing, but in the toxic till the end video was skating. They were just like, oh, so she was dating a skater boy. Is that why she was into skating? Okay. This is what Rose has ensued. She has finally told us blinks what has been going on with her. Beforehand, we was all speculating about what was going on with her. Speculating so much that people were like, stop speculating. There's nothing to speculate about. And now it's like she's finally came out, and it's like all of her speculations are confirmed. So now it's time to speculate on her old speculations. Okay, who could she have been dating 4 years ago? Could we find those pictures? Could we find some videos? I don't know. The readings, every time I seem to do a reading on Rose and her love life, there definitely seem to be a male in the picture that she definitely was concerned about, maybe even wanted to get around, never wanted to leave him. You know how that intoxicated love is. You never want to leave their side. You want to be by their side, go everywhere they go, wherever you go, you want them to go. You know, puppy dog love. You know, you want to follow them around, you know, like a little shadow. You both want to. You both go to the bathroom together, okay? This is just want to be around each other's company, that Rose had to detach herself from those dopamines and all that endorphins and all that good energy and adjust to a new way of life after adjusting to all this good loving, or good loving that she thought was good loving, because apparently that person wasn't getting good loving. They was just getting good over. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Rose and her career. Definitely it's going to do well. The fans are going to love it. It's going to be well received. The fans are already working hard trying to figure out who Rose's ex-boyfriend is that gave her a broken heart. Probably to go harass him and hate on him and be like, why'd you hurt our Rosie? That's probably how the fans are going to go. You know, they take their love for blinks pretty seriously, and I'm not going front with that. We love who we love, and we want to stand on business for the people that we love. So because of that, Rosé's album is definitely going to be well received. Her love life as it is currently at a standstill. She's still dealing with a heartbreak, and she's like, I don't want to go into another relationship until I'm completely 1,000% over this. That when I hear this music, maybe this is another reason why she wrote this album. She was like, I can get to the point where I can listen to this album, not feel a thing, not cry, not feel sentimental, that I have definitely moved on, because therefore my own words and emotions still can't get to me. So maybe that's how she could be feeling, where she feels like that's like the next hurdle stone to know that she's really over this heartbreak. And yeah, so with that, poor Rose and the health crisis that she also had to go through on top of that. Even though she thankfully made it through and pulled through, probably all that drinking she was doing, but hey, I'm not going to be hating on Rose on drinking, but yeah, I'm definitely, is it weird to say that I enjoy to see Rose eating? I did not know she was a foodie, okay? She said she was a foodie, but I didn't realize she was a foodie until I saw all the instances of people showing off, fans giving Rose snacks. And I was just like, oh, she's definitely a foodie. And if your foodie isn't foodieing, you've got to be worried about that foodie. So if Rose was not eating, that's definitely a concern, because Rose definitely loves to eat, apparently. And I'm starting to believe it now. Now that we've gotten out the dark, I can see it. I'm like, I can look back at those videos that I once said that Rose is just faking to pretend to eat to show us that she really is eating, just to cover up the fact that she's not eating, to now believing, and especially after this reading, to come to the fact where I'm just like, no, Rose definitely loves to eat. So she was not lying about that. So the fact that she was not eating is definitely a concern. So with that being said, I'm glad us Blinks finally got some answers 5 years later. I'm glad we finally got some answers. Thank you for Rose for being so open to us audience in the Blinks, but also thank you for wanting to share your experience and just being another voice out there that shares their experience, because somebody is going to relate to somebody out there and their relationship experience. So because of that, maybe Rose, somebody can connect to you and you have your own audience. And hey, if your fans could listen to you and listen to your heartbreak instead of somebody else, that's just another benefit. You gain some notoriety for that, give or take, pull off parasocial relationship we got. I will harp on that. So with that being said, please leave your comments down below and request a video if you have not requested a video, and please subscribe if you had not subscribed. It would really help the channel. And also subscribe if you would like to see any of these other readings that I still have to do. I will get to them. Leave your comments down below if you would like to get added to this queue of readings that I have to do. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up if you're not giving a thumbs up already. Please check out my K-pop news recap video. It was a bit lengthy. I tried to cover everything and talk about everything. I've made it a little bit more opinionated and really tried to share me and K-pop and stuff like that. So if you're interested to maybe see who I like stan, how I feel about K-pop, some views that I have, I share it on every K-pop news recap. This one was a bit lengthy because I did really go into details to talk about the people that I really wanted to talk about, even if it was just to talk about how good they are. I just wanted to sit down and talk about how good they are because I just wanted to sit down and talk about how good they are. Just like I wanted to do a reading on Rose, but also talk about Rose because Rose's album was 100% good. I loved it. No matter how much I said throughout this reading that I'm definitely not going to listen to it because I don't want to get all sad and in my sad girl feelings. doesn't mean that I didn't love the album, and that doesn't mean that I'm not going to listen to it again, because I am so totally going to listen to this album again. 100%, 1,000%. I'm going to listen to this album at least one more time after after I've recorded this video and after it is posted. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. I will so listen to this album again. I have some favorites off of this album, but just the whole album in general is a very good album. And usually I'm not a fan of albums or even really listen to albums, period, because I don't know why. I just usually don't listen to albums. If I like your music, I'm fine with just your hit, really. But with that being said, maybe I'm taking music a little bit more seriously and personally, and like to know these artists that I'm listening to and connecting with, you, because they could release one song that you like, and then they come out with like another album, they like completely changed up your concept, and you're just like, what? I wasn't ready for that. But then when you get like adjusted to them, and then they do some like wild left-ish again, and you're just like, whoa, you completely changed up. But I like your music, but mostly I like you. So because I like you, I'm just going to listen to your music. That's how I feel about Rose. I like Rose, and I definitely like Rose a lot more after this album. So I'm going to listen to her album at least one more time after this. And then maybe I might just listen to a few songs that I liked on repeat. But other than that, Rosie was a pretty good Rosie was a good album. So with that being said, I've held you guys here long enough to talk about Rose and her love life and about how I feel about Rose's album and the sentiment that I got from it. That's really one thing that I wanted to talk about, is try to quote every song lyric that resonated with me and stuck with me, that when I heard it, I was like, yep, that's Rose finally telling us, yep, Rose is speaking to us. Yep, Rose definitely wrote those lyrics. Yeah, Rose knows that feeling. There's nobody lying about that. So with that, I will see you guys in this next video. I can continue talking about Rose and her album because it's just a good album. And I usually don't say that about albums because I don't listen to albums like that because I'm not an album fan. But definitely Blackpink as a whole and as a separate, their music releases is just unmatched. Blackpink still got that Blackpink ick factor when they're not Blackpink, and I love that. I still listen to Lisa. I still listen to Jennie. And now I'm going to listen to Rose. Hopefully Jisoo could do the same to me. I wasn't like that when I was into K-pop, so I don't think Jisoo's going to win me over like that, but I will still listen to her album when it gets released. And just to be fair, I will do a reading on Jisoo when she releases her album, just to not play favoritism here. So with that being said, now, sunflowers.